Oh, thank you. And just a big up to Lancashire Police and the Violence Reduction Unit there for taking a risk on us because we're something different, having faith in us and like sort of supporting the work what we do, which isn't my experience of the police by any way, shape or form in the past, particularly
Oh, I
GMP.
will just ask you one last question. In
Yeah,
comparison to Lancashire Constabulary, because they actually seem like they've been great. Well, you said they've been great, so that's good.
yeah,
How has
yeah, with
GMP
us.
behaved with you? Because I know Billy from PAG, he says
Yeah.
that they're actually quite hostile and they're not very accommodating. I know that works slightly different, but
Um, I in my previous job at the trauma service, I delivered training to all frontline officers at GMP. So we trained about 600 staff, including non-police staff as well, in how to deal with male victims of childhood sexual abuse and stuff. So rather than like kind of sort of my experiences in the past, which I take full responsibility for my behaviour, my criminal behaviour in the past and stuff. But rather than getting beat up in the back of the van, or whatever, if somebody had sat me down at that time and said to me, Daniel, what is up with you? Why are you behaving like that? Then maybe they could have stopped. They could have saved themselves a shitload of money, to be honest with you, because it costs a fortune to put someone in prison. If they'd directed me in the right way and got me some help, maybe things would have been different and I'd have got better sooner. But I've got no faith in GMP whatsoever. When someone comes to me, I'll be honest with you, and says, what a report, what's happened to me to the police, I just praying it's not GMP. Then when they say it's GMP, it's like I just try and keep a straight face and just support them through that process, because we support people from report like all the way to court and stuff. My experience of reporting my abuse of GMP was an absolute joke, to be honest with you. The CPS came back and the copper was at it. I'm not saying I believe you, Daniel, and I'm not saying I don't believe you. He didn't interview everybody properly. He sent the information, what he had, back to over to the CPS to see whether they was going to charge or not. Bearing in mind, this guy, there was loads of people come forward for him as well, telling the same experience of what I had and how he treated me. And the CPS came back and he said, we spoke to all your schools. I've been to 9 different primary schools when I was little because of what was going on and stuff and my behaviour. And they went, we spoke to all your schools, and what they've said is you was delinquent when you was a child. So because you was a delinquent when you was a child, you're not a credible witness. Even though the sexual abuse happened to me when I was under 16, at 15, they said we can't work out whether you consented or not. Now this guy was spiking me and raping me while I was in my school uniform. They went, you've told us you was 15, but we say you was 16. So even at that time, if you go back to so even at that time, say if I was a consenting person to sexual activity with a male, the law says that was illegal at that time anyway, to have a homosexual relationship. And it wasn't consenting, it was spiked and fucking raped. You know what I mean? So I've had absolute murders with GMP and it's still ongoing. I've had to park it to one side because it was making me ill, to be honest with you. So that's why we're not with GMP and don't do anything with GMP, because I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.